So, another day of troubleshooting. So there's two areas that quite a few people have mentioned on Instagram, Facebook, forums, on YouTube comments as well. So, fuel, starvation, so we're going to test that out to death, check the filters, etc., which we've already done. I'm going to go into the top of the fuel tank, show you where that is, how to get to it. I'm going to take off the feeder pipes, make sure the pipes are okay. Then we're going to check the overheating, make sure the thermostat, the radiator thermostat works okay, and check and make sure the fans on the radiator kicks in, and show you how you can test that without taking bits off, etc. So these are the things that I've picked up over the last couple of days, and over obviously my mechanical days in the early years. So there's a few little tips that you may not have seen before, how to check the fan and how to check your radiator without taking bits off. And if I can do it, you can do it. So these are simple troubleshooting tips. Stay close, stay till the end, because, you know, fingers crossed, I think I may have found the problem. See you soon. Okay, so to access the top of your fuel tank, what you do is you go through, this is the passenger seat, and then you've got multiple layers to go through, and then 4 screws. And then these, now what I've been doing is I've been soaking these in good old WD-40 for the last couple of days, just been putting loads on, and these nuts will come off quite easily. This is the guessing your fuel tank meter reader. Damage that. Get some gloves on. I'll get this pipe off here. So I can't remove that pipe. Okay, this one doesn't seem to be coming off, and I can't seem to be getting it out. I'll get it out of there. So it looks okay. Might be a filter or something on there. There doesn't seem to be any filter. So that's not going to help, is it? So I don't think it's fuel. I mean, they check the fuel filters. Yeah, there's a bit of crud in the tank, but it is flowing, and we're getting the pressure coming through on the pipes, etc. When we did the pressure test. So now for, I think the heating is the overheating. I still think that's possible cause. Okay, so how do you test that your thermostat is working on a 1999 FIAT Ducato? I'm going to show you. So first, what you've got to do, radiators at the front. You've got a lower pipe, as you can see on this one. They're pretty much next to each other. That's the lowest pipe, and the pipe on top, that's your upper pipe. Now your thermostat, if you follow that pipe into the engine, that your thermostat housing, and if you feel start the engine, start getting the engine warm. Now if this gets hot, and the top pipe gets hot straight away, the thermostat is stuck open. What you want it to do is open and start getting warm, which it's doing now, when the engine's been running some time. So that's the thermostat working as it should do. If it doesn't get hot at all, the top pipe, that means the fluid isn't circulating through the radiator and it's not cooling down. There you go. Next thing you want to do, once the hot coolant, is that good England? Once the hot coolant starts flowing through the radiator, your fan should kick in. And I think that's the problem with Millie, but we're going to wait to see if the fans kick in. So the pipe's starting to feel hot, so the fluid is going through. So I'm just running the engine and trying to get the engine hot, because I don't think the fans are working, which means it could be the thermal coupling or thermal testing, whatever it's called, in the radiator. And what that does is, when the radiator gets hot, it kicks in and opens the fans, starts the fans running. So this pipe here, that's now getting very hot. So now I know the thermostat's opened. Thermostat is just here, there, in this housing here. I know that's opened. That's now going to the top of the radiator tank, and the fan should be kicking in. Right, so we're underneath the van here, underneath the motorhome. These are your fans. I'm not sure how far I need to go to. I'm quite close up here. There's the other fan. This is your thermal sensor, fan sensor. It doesn't seem like it sits there very well. It's 3 pins. I would have thought that would. See if I can have a look inside. Wait. Let's see if I can get a light on. Okay, so a quick way of checking to make sure your fans work and it is your radiator switch that is faulty, so you make a little bypass switch, or to me and you, it's a bit of cable. What you do is you take the socket off, you find the positive and negative, and you just connect the 2 pins together and the fan should kick in. I've just done it and it does work. So I know that the fans work okay. It could just be the radiator switch, fan switch, that is faulty. Looked online, they're about 30-something quid. So let's get that replaced and see if that's a potential issue. So there you go, fan works. All I'm doing is just touching that. See the 3 connections, put one bit of wire there. Also the connection. So I know the fans work. There's definitely something not working. And the fan doesn't seem to be kicking in, yet the fans work. So it's not an expensive replacement. I think they're about £30. So if that's all it is, fingers crossed, then we may have fixed Millie. Would overheating cause it to go into limp mode? Answers below in comments. I think so. Maybe. Who knows?